Hello students, this is Latif sir. Today I'll discuss about SSC class 7 chemistry. The topic is physical and chemical changes. Today I'll discuss about chemical changes. In the last video I have discussed about different types of physical change. Today I'll discuss about chemical changes. First I have to know what is chemical change. I have already told in previous videos. Okay. So what is a chemical change? Chemical change is a change in which there is a change in composition and properties of substance, and there will be one or more substance formation of one or more substances. Okay. and the and the substances undergoing in the change are known as reactant, and the substances formed by chemical changes are known as products. Okay, and the composition of product and reactant must be different. Okay, composition and properties. So today I'll discuss about some types of chemical changes. First, cooking of food is a chemical change that is desirable, irreversible, and endothermic process. Cooking of food is a chemical change which is desirable change, irreversible change, and endothermic change. You have to remember. For example, to prepare bread, flour is mixed with yeast and water to make uh, dough, and the dough is then baked into uh, baked into bread. The bread cannot be changed back into its original ingredient. So this is a irreversible change. And disable change, that is useful for us, because this is useful for us. We are making the food, uh, we are cooking food because for our own purpose. These are useful for us. uh, that's why these are this type of change are desirable change. And irreversible, you can't you can't changed back the product into the original reactant. Okay. And this is endothermic process. Second process is digestion of second process, digestion is a process, chemical process. In this process, food is broken down into simpler substance in our body. Okay, when we take food, and in our body system will break the food into simpler substances uh, that can be absorbed by the body, is called digestion. It is a chemical change that is disable, irreversible, and endothermic process. And third process, combustion or burning. Combustion or burning is a chemical change. Combustion means reaction with oxygen. You have to remember. Any type of combustion or burning means reaction with oxygen. Combustion or burning is a chemical change in which substance combine with oxygen, releasing heat and light. And burning of candle wax is a chemical change because wax on burning changes into vapor and other byproducts along with heat and light. It is a disable, irreversible change and exothermic change. Next, respiration. Respiration is the process of breaking down food to release carbon dioxide and water and energy is called respiration. So what is respiration? Respiration is the process of breaking down food to release carbon dioxide, water, and energy is called respiration. It is a chemical change. It is desirable change, irreversible change, and endothermic. Irreversible means you can't change back into the original substances. Okay. Curdling of milk, it is also what is curdling? The process by which a liquid changes into soft semi solid mass is called curdling. Curdling is the process by which a liquid changes into soft and semi-solid mass is called curdling. For example, curdling takes place in milk. When lime juice or vinegar is added to milk, the milk changes into curd. This curd is new substance with a new chemical composition. It cannot be changed back into milk. The curdling of milk to make cheese is a desirable, irreversible, and endothermic process or endothermic change. Next, fermentation. What is fermentation? Is the process in which a substance decomposed by the action of microorganisms with the release of heat and carbon dioxide in the form of bubbles is called fermentation. So, what is fermentation? It is the process in which a substance decomposes by the action of microorganisms with the release of heat and carbon dioxide in the form of bubble is called fermentation. Fermentation of dough is a chemical change that is desirable, irreversible, and endothermic. You have to remember these points. Okay, that is nature of change: irreversible or reversible, desirable or undesirable, uh, exothermic or endothermic. Okay, and next, rusting. Rusting is also a chemical change in which iron, if you kept iron in open air for few days, after a few days you will see that iron becomes reddish brown, which is called iron rust. Okay, so rusting of iron is the process in which iron changes into its oxide, iron oxide, called rust, when exposed to oxygen and moisture in the air. That is, iron react with air, and that is water vapor and oxygen O2 to form iron oxide, which is called rust. And rusting is a chemical change, and it is undesirable change. That is not useful for us. Huh. That's why this is undesirable change and irreversible, because you can't change back iron oxide to iron, and this is also a exothermic process. Now, characteristic of chemical change. A chemical change always produces a substance different from the substance undergoing the change. I have already told this, that in a chemical change always produce a substance different from the substances undergoing the change. It may also be accompanied by one or more of the following observable changes. In chemical change, you may see you can see that change in color, shape and size, change in taste, evolution of gas, absorption or release of energy, that is heat, light, sound, etc. These are characteristic of chemical change. Change in color, change in taste, evolution of gas, absorption of release of energy, that is heat, light, sound. Physical and chemical change may also occur simultaneously. Sometimes it is not in all cases. Physical and chemical changes may also occur simultaneously in some cases. For example, in the event of burning of candle, wax undergoes both physical and chemical change. So, thank you.